Eburehene otubo jankwesi okodi adwa se eburehene fi aduasa no 35 years nie acheye papa na mfidodo ode adi hene ewa aburi no wo shefa na ose no nyame so mfa ni agorokora enti busumi ne deto so adunu nwotwe ebenada Presbyterian Church ewo Ghana ewo aburi Presbyterian Church Ghana Presbyterian Ghana Presbyterian no ne nkrobata ewo aburi Emmanuel congregation no anopa no ndu na otubo akokoda ne nyankopon ase ewo aburi enti yenyina yebeko Tuesday there Tuesday, yes, it's okay. Ebeba ni ababeta wo chinto otubo jankwasi anopa yi wonkwaso kwatintina na mekoso bi sama saa enti mi a me telephone na ye di nkomo no kuri ya no saye akwapem adonten hene ma me ka akwapem no ono kuri ya no ye akwapem adonten hene o saye aburi hene e no ye akwapem adonten hene odi aburi hene ni fi aduasa numuni enti o se busumi ni deto so aduna wotwe ni de twato no na Emmanuel congregation ewo aburi presby asafo no eho na obekọ na wakokoda ne nyankopon ase eti wode worato safre yen nyinara se yemra na yemeta nachi na enye fefefe enti ebere no so a yen nyina yebeba na yebeta wachi enti aburi hene otubo jankwasi miwura anopai bichia obebre na enenso eye Jacinta owo mpesika owo tema community 25 ene eye wawoda akofa awo UK 7 kancho say happy birthday Jacinta owo mpesika eyampa owo pesika ankasika fo wuda nti Jacinta mudin ene moduo Jacinta something afe etel lamimut wo benkum senior high school ene eye wawoda na yesi kwantintin na ne bisa de ama ne ahoden ni nimde eno a efiri kwame mut ene abushani nyina ho wo Dromo Pentecost wo Pantine district no pay wo nyina se wo mama happy birthday awie said ya medi kan ekan ye no MPP ama yokore ni abrese wo mo pe obi a obetu frank ade ama mo said ya be ya breaking the 8 no betumi abreki omanya bakose mu ebre du kwasafoman a ye hye kwasafoman toso 9 yase eye for republic yase no kare mampa Jerjo Rollins okufie nwotwe mampa dada je kufo konfie nwotwe mampa dada mas wonyan ba bi konfie 9 na mampa dada mahama so be konfie 9 ye mampa ni owo dwa so sabre his excellency na nado dan kwakufo adon so akofie ensi akofie nwotwe na MPP for say nwotwe no won be breki saa enfie nwotwe no ebe breki party nso me break yako ifie du nsia ene de borosa ebe possible ana na wo mo etu franka no edoso se me de kan aka no yewura Alan Kojo Chiramaten na ni abredi den sanso na Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia oye vice president wono so wo beko eno achi owura Kofi Konadu apreku Akumadan Tomorrows wono so ebeko bi na fe yewura Jogate enkane railways minister na wono so ni abredi den enkane agric minister wono so ekobi pa nyasam ketwa na afi onanyafo Canada akompreko Agyapong wono so ekobi na Kwabena agyi Agyapong hanti o Japan fo mienu ewo ho bako de Kwabena agyi na bako so de Canada Agyapong nene Agyapong amenya no ono no sa ewo mu ye friend no Kwabena agyi Agyapong KAA Medium watching.
Okay.
You.
I'm a Kaita mayor from one in Fancy. A tree master never Mr. Kumi.
Mr. Kumi, you.
I no can't agree from
French you and correct. Oh, Mr. Kumi, say, what's that?
Nintimin confirm, returning catcher.
Na bibia boko
nyame adom bibia e fine
anopa kan fatipim de na dwenhwe kan anopa ye chia mobafo nyina obibia everybody good morning pa Yes, I share you.
No correct.
So far, how far near my costing?
Oh, near my fine. I mean, child, dear, or mammy, a holding, name dear Kakra, metimidi, Ako Oti region, Mako Volta, or Bitremako Western, and Central, many greater craft for Swissia. And Tiafina made them any airco, Sefimem.
Okay.
And the weekend, the nature may call Sevio Sukushia, Western North. Say party no ye nhihye ya no say ti din abubo yem say ye bro enum e ko ban sa constitution no e kire say ABB a friend special delegates conference na e twa so asone so na ka nipa num
okay
na sa asone so no nipa kakra bi ne to sa ba no wo mu nhye dan no so 275 constituency chairman 272 regional executives.
Okay.
138 members of parliament. Any 60 regional representatives to the National Council, national executives, 30 Council of Elders, National Council of Elders, and 3 from each of the diaspora branches. Somewhere about 25. So about 70, 75 people who do that voting. And also 3 from the special organs, youth wing, women's wing, Nasara. And it's quite a small electoral college.
Yeah.
No muna ebesoni yeso.
Okay.
Na akani penuma. Ombeko do masem akoto polling station for the see ahene for. Omo de omo dos.
Yeah.
Over 39,000 polling stations. The chairman or secretary, organizer, woman organizer, and youth organizer, and to multiply by 5, you can call 200,000 people.
Okay.
And that's a very big assignment. It's a big assignment.
I see. Now, when the answer near by your commodity, so young Nigeria, Nigeria for Betuaba. Now, we share one way Betuabe. Papa Bakwano, dear, kwa prince yenye, Atiku Abubakar. On the kwa say on pa bada. Wono. And I feel Ura Bula Tinibu. Yes, one also on the party and they were Abemu. And the youngest among them, no, Peter Obi. What do you want to from Nasa? Who survey Nasa? What do I train to Tohona, the 2 senior swap? Election about 100 million, the Cocotuaba, and 100 million, the Cocotuaba.
Dos.
So any palmy insane. Mununi Edikambundi,
the main party.
Yes. And I feel Atiku Umini and Peter Obi, one see a very young pa. May Candia see some so actually in Comodino. Usha sent Penifuya, a winning annual. Pay your estimation and no political experience, you know. Would you say when Nanka, Nigeria for the manual? I am in Casa and those will be, but what do I want to Tua? Would you say one?
I say, way there. What you may crochet. Diplomatic situation more time yeah now we try to stay away from the politics of a sovereign country but the main say campaign ebekuyi I mean no ameti asembi amani
yes senator now okoya omaku na she on any
na sa niema no ya de mama yem she me there's only days before an election Kwabena sana de ehu bi ahyenkrofom menim se eka obi tactics so seden but to the bia on se politics ebi no pese almost suppressive vote so we baby a we weaker na fi ho no okobenya obetima e bibia nipa kra de hu nti ye ma emeto aba eno no ya de na me follow news na ha me yinnim se nuanom Nigeria they are big brothers we share resources in Nigeria war ene de Nyankopon de adom wo mo sebio kanya baby eso muginani timi de me strenya me se wo mun kono kakra Nigeria elections ya na emu odin na se ekro no so ekro no muso running that country a very complex nti yesre se enkoboko na my brandy de obi na come support no but no de me said one the beto about say hono so more 2 major parties obi is made a big impact shene kasaye na ono an record that time na oye governor ni adeni the ideals that he stands for in fact me hwe niema me ya na me hwe ono ndia we have a lot of commonality in what we are talking about say yɛsrɛ sɛ ɔman biara nso pɛ sɛ odi anim a saa sunsum a tu ho akyɛ ɛne sɛ wode ɔdɔ bɛsom ayɛ adwuma pa do ho abɔ afɔre na wayɛ biribi ama amansan ɛno ne hia nyɛ deɛ wobɛnya afiri mu ɛne hia saa sunsum no yɛ adeɛ a mehu wɔ ne mu ɛno so bi na aka me mateɛ si mu sɛ mepɛ sɛ me ne Ghanafoɔ kasa me deɛ president deɛ to abama a de ma me a menim sɛ Nyankopɔn nti metimi ayɛ adwuma pa akana I'll be a decent president and I have the skill set a metimi de apagya ɔman no nanso so nyɛ no ne hia me kɛse de hia me kɛse paa ne sɛ Ghanafoɔ bɛnya adwensakra kɛseɛ nti wohwɛ me campaign a mefrɛ bibi the new dawn kyɛ sɛ ɛsi yɛnya adwensakra a new dimension a new direction because wohwɛ 30 years anaa wɔkɛn yɛayɛ adeɛ a country that has seen successful transitions over the last 30 years abasabasa biara ɛnsi ha sɛ adeɛ a yɛayɛ adeɛ nti me feel sɛ mmerɛ no so as a people yɛn nso yɛnhwɛ yɛn ho sɛ narrative no bɛka sɛ ɛyɛ asesa dodoɔ no feel sɛ politicians no gyidi a wɔn wɔ political establishment no bɛka sɛ ɛyɛ atokyima kakra ɛno ho titiri na mepɛ sɛ mede me ho ɛbɔ afɔreɛ mede me life experiences ɛto wɔn nkɔlaa na ɛwɔ akyire no ɛnyɛ gyidie sɛ politics wobɛtumi de abɛsom ɔman and there's a sense of fulfilment sɛ watumi ayɛ biribi de aboa ɔman na yɛn nkɔmu sɛ dabi yɛkɔ akɔhyɛ yɛfuruma so ɛho dɛm kyerɛ
yes
nti adeɛ very important to me because now ne mmeranteɛ no kasa dodoɔ no they feel very detached from politics adeɛ no so no mo na mo dɔɔso wohwɛ census ɛyɛ nansen under 45 no the vast majority mo daakye mo bibiara will be affected by political decisions nti mesrɛ wɔn they should get engaged mene nansen mene mmeranteɛ bi hyia yɛ wɔn so wɔn yɛ bloggers wɔn sɛ ne deɛ abɛɛfo nneɛma no bi na bi kura nim sɛ medi press secretary da nti even the contemporary history of our country I'm say lost on the youth.
Yes, and the pa.
Me idea
very abakosam pa de ubakasa ayira kura.
And to be named say omoye history at the local level. I mean, I don't understand what is happening to our curriculum. Because Ghana's history from 1957, ebesi ne enchebia ne ebedi 66 years.
66.
The first 35, it was a very hectic, chaotic period.
Yeah.
Coups, the nipe jina botio, and some were see and so. As a man colani be free.
Sure.
Now the last 30 years, we've had a smooth transition. Na GDA, as yenya, what democracy mono. Yesom so and say down one our politicians no be taking the electorate for granted. Into ya mititi na nsia se nima mu ayeden ye nyina anim. Beti mrantie be wona ne keku kura back yepe. Hey, omo a nti da bia na me pese me nya opportunity say me bo mo kokko na yesom say Ghana ye daakye is very bright nyankopon ahyirai akasa yen ye besesa yesu ene ye ban as a people and also the politicians should lead by example because akoba I am say the nkola na hunu nti na gidie pa omo
wono asema wa kasisia mama ye ni se gidie pa ye wo enkane no ye mu binom na ye hu ya kanifo a ye hu no mo se wo mo ye dedicated wo mo ye loyal wo mo ekun e de amaye a ye wa akire no but akame asesa de no asesa obi akwa aban mu ase de okan no di obenya no wodwene no ho chen de obedi asom man no ana medu ba bia ye duri wo gi ni se e de ne to sininti a sa adwempo no abeto nipa bi tirim se me ko politics mu na makoko yeye e je se me ko politics mu e na chechiro man
se na say assembly crowd by penimu bi na ka say no contribution
no chop
na just the mentality is say ukọ aban mu a ukodidi wohwe emreketuo ne de we apre ani bre a ye de ye politics organ hana na che se so wonum se adwuma din a wokoye adeso akese a wokoso a menyini se obeye na city a ye no na ade bia yen as politicians as a lead na yesesa me can say because my bida I've been press secretary to the president for close to 6 years. Sure. I had the rank of a minister. Man ko anko semiko increase the amount of houses I may walk. Yanko pon shira me through my own engineering profession. na matimi asimi dan wo East Legon ansa na yekɔ abɛn mu ntimi sɛ yɛkɔ abɛn mu yɛsi me nkɔtra kantoma me si da bi metimi baabi me pɛsɛ nkɔlaa no ɛwɔ akyire no hu sɛ ɛnyɛ abɛn mu ɛna yɛkɔ pesika yɛkɔ abɛn mu sɛ yɛkɔ som ntimi me nneɛma mmiɛnsa me fapem mmiɛnsa me de etu nante ɛkasa kyerɛ Ghanafoɔ a me frɛ no triple S no sɛ service sɛ wobɛyɛ sɛ wobɛtu ho akyɛ na wasom na wasan sacrifice sɛ nneɛma ehu kura do ho bɛbɔ afɔre na afei so nyɛ pɛsimi nkumenya selflessness sɛ adeɛ hyɛ w'anum kura wobɛyi ɛde ama sɛ bidio onibie. That is the kind of leadership we expect from our political leaders. But Ghana fonds ya na yeso ye ka ho. Because they say no, ade ye frɛ no ahohoahoa. Ɛne ye hoahoa wo mu asabi, ya ma on post no. Ya ma na ye time. It's I've said it before, because sycophants is an industry and an enterprise. Say, ehun nipa ye boss.
Your body almost so sa.
Enye. Instead say ye man adwuma no a na ya started to powder ne ade. Instead say be bɔ no kɔkɔ sɛ ya ma adwuma e den. Kɔne kɔ yire ho ye adwuma na oye ni yie a ya bɔ abaso no. Dodo no abesarondo. The political figures get new friends quickly. Nipa, they come to you like bees, all urging you on say, "Bibi ohona bohane so yenye bibi endi." Say subane subanya, me pese me to Ghana for nyina for. I want to be an advocate for Ghana. Nti I want to use this political platform me namo a me sre party for yenti asema meka na yenyai sa suban no because the genesis of ye koidie na tu ho ache. He had free for over 30 years. Nenso so no bia pese ode ne kakra de ba beboa. Until the time has come for us as Ghanaians, politicians na say lead by example. Nenso so nye nko so we a doctor, we a nurse, now we a hospital, no be a prayer no aba. Say be a city a ode be fa so agye no ne nakasa. Baby wa betima akona doctor ne nurse ni edi nkomo na ni patient ho. Eti ho. Sa suban ni nyina it has to change. Ye nuanma police for kasa mo ne ye be kasa e wo kwan ho ene ni ade wo call lands commission etimi ton asase ma obi a omunim pa se eyi da so ni asan ya paper foforo na ye de ama obi kokota laden with thousands of cases wasting the nation's time. Into the attitude of we the Ghanaians say obeko ministry o de ade beko akoto a wo nuan hwe wanim nim say ade obetimi di 2 hours aye or the cobra 2 weeks. Oh, auntie, we need a new dawn, a new creation, and a new understanding. As the entire say, public service here can say yes, some or minor. Scientists and SSS. Now you're encouraging callants, so when you get involved, and there's beauty in serving your country. There's a sense of fulfillment. Say, as a unya energy strong ko. Say, oh boy, will be any here. Maybe I say, how much did they kayo? What's it, baby?
What's some who kind
of very important, especially many delegates Nikasa. And then I binum say, oh, a drusa abattoir, yes, you say a cuckoo's. A collaborator, they would go, Union of a delegate.
And also cuckoo's in.
That's right, and your cuckoo's. The word delegate, who call Brofuma, just say, ya delegate to Ujidan Crawford name, oh, some woman nipa. From all catchment area, you won't call the enemy. At the crowd will call and dream one more, you know, 1 more year, dear. And yet, the Obenya, because
that's what we see today.
Well, and Tina may say, even if that is not what we see, we've got to talk about it and conscientize the people. Don't sell your birthright for a pittance. Because the care de bema on neno. Opa divided by 4 years. Let's not divide it by 365. One say is and found bibia. Enti idea so when you have to vote your conscience, you have to look at the securing our common future. Or we need that quality of leadership. Leadership in Ghana, we don't talk about it enough. So the character of the people who are leading us is very important. Both your private life and your public life should be above reproach. So, Odimu wachre in his life. Does that make any? Me maso mampeni as press secretary. If close to influencia, Obia and me am pointing speck of debt on my service. And I want to be because I'm biased. I feel I'm Mrs. is here dying. Go to Toto. Am I government property? yenye ne sa na say yetimi lead by that example na a best sending message to the people in our party and only nkola bi di nkomo especially young students omo MPP dear friend Tescom NDC dear friend on friend Tain ubusa omo oh be a open national service placement me pe scholarship akwa boche da bia me pe nko a de ye beye de aboa amansan ye chichi party nyensa ne tie ne atren fi a che di konkurasi hwa obi a de ne kapre ne teku ye kekan ye ho bom sa tu ho ache anidie enuado a ene obeka se ayire free Ghana ha unu akra na person do bibi twa no because uhia sika ye mfa nko ba bia to betin kola di 17 years kra ese wo mo ko e bibi disaka wo say opeka a 17-year-old akola so wo school mu afa na ye chichiro enti our very educational system and the emphasis on nationalism and patriotism but me don't start to cook so kase me sum me my Ghana and there's beauty and a sense of fulfillment say me there me to me ho achese me bo man no eno so eye idea we have to preach it na say oboka say ye nyina no we've been gripped with materialism me pe we grab we America tutu obi aba o man no idea ha adwi
idea ha adwi ne pa na wo kasa no wo kan say emmabu na no omuhia say oman no ho do asisi nyama oman na sefo no ama maka bra na ye susu no wotumu say to national anthem kura na wotumu say you as akwadano you have a responsibility to oman no wo ka pledge wotumu say bibi say you have to contribute to all the oman ne chechere
that's right
sa na omde hye ya adwene mu say sa ne mani nyina no akame say eni hobio wo je dis ye ma okwan ma ba mampani a obetumi amasa oman ho do a na wo yemu no
we have to begin a process of going back to basics because sa de na ye sorry anopa e ko school those days na ya recite pledge ya say ye kan keke baba o wote de wo kan no ase say obeye bibi di asom oman e di asom o party e di asom unua sa nua don na obeka say ayira no and the politics here see bibi the mafia enti sa asem nim kra
no ya ma na
abam na yes yen ko say obi nipa timi hye dem ne abopo a omunim say enye no kra yen say no some so politics there tricks dirty game politics enye dirty game nipa kakra bi na dirty wo mu a ompese wo mu say no na ye no sa so a Ghana for mapa ompese ombesom oman no omonim die nyina edwane because the heat around the politics no obu ha ye kan ho asem ba ku mienu bi a ompese obeba esa so a we are keeping good people outside politics and therefore yan hwe yi a ebekọ akoba se wo mo ebeba be di anim no they may not be the best human resource ye wo man mu ntimi de me platform amenam apart from set me stress yen to abama me based on the fact that me I have a very multifaceted life.
Sure.
Me obi a me engineering we me adwuma wo highways as a public servant. Nti me nim city a public service netie. Me also me set up my company. I a private consultancy. Nti me tie me nim say wo ye private business the challenges are facing. Those days my contractor rather. Those days ye kobobo sian that time you say bank ma obi. Chance ko hu obi wa down for bi obo sian if you cry 5 or 10% a month. So, na wako babu siana de akoye adwuma no. Itua wo car na wasan akotua. Nti I know the pain that the private business people go through. So as a consultant bia 8 months ne bia wunya adwuma mai. Enso so o call staff no de we na say so tua onka. So nyesa ombeja adwuma. Nti all these experiences and also adwuma wo ye kura wo ti misusu misano. Wait, my can say me a celebrity in them. I'm a TV so to say we sports highlights. Maybe 25 years. Those days na Ghana is station here back of it. What is so be a hell.
Some more kind of me one say those days every Saturday morning and opportunity to and you ma na ye tabo our GBC 1 and the GBC 2 no Ghana kuafue ye mama yiko ai enti no kuani na okọ no kura na kasa no mane ne sanyo o ti sanyo mo no a ehye ni nkura ma ne kọ
that's right
Juomen patriotic songs ni nyina no na eka bibi e de kire omanfo no e say sa ne mani nyina ayira o can say let's go back to the basics. How do we go back to the basics?
No, we started from the schools. The curriculum very important. Even environmental cleanliness.
Sure.
Yes, sir. You catch yourself so we tough ya fast obutum. Ne fa kofie meka wrappings no. Nti wa wo ye ya ontwentwe da. So, na ena wiase so no so okoto ba bia ye clean say dem ha ye clean ha. Pese odi bi beto. Na mo mba beto say ha no ayefia.
Meja to asisi.
Nti all these elements of our educational curriculum am I a well-rounded individuals. And your certificate in Nkwao. Oh, until I made this, GSSE, man peda. Because yen me free fee me di 11 or say 12. Who could do school? Kwako 2 seniors be 18, 19. Oh my say papa for that hierarchy of discipline. Na ewo ho. Yinyane one tem wako pra and I said there's all do wako do there's all ko to obi mpansa na wato wompa nti eduru empato sisi ya meduru fia me kwent me kra yes me to because you are trained wako cleaning toilets. It doesn't matter where you come from. So and I'll be share Ghanaians from other parts of the country. Nti ema a builders are cohesion no. So and a court be bia newo obi a farmer ba obi a former minister ba obi a businessman we built a bond in that dormitory. It has stayed with us up to now. So na sa JSS assembly ekoba say nipa obetina fia bia na odi ba 15 years say bi nipa pa obi bia empakra bia on to be da ye train no da nti they go to SSS for just about 2.5 or 3 years we nti we say affect even school sports now. That pipeline of talent and generating academicals. Nomini adi football na no be boss St. Augustine's crown or national team to say Charles Spencer, nomini Alex Mingle, nomini adeno. And any hobby. So that when I talk about going back to basics, when given the opportunity as president, I will sit with the stakeholders and have a quick talk about some of these things. And we need to take definitive actions. And then schools placement, they of course will say, I've never understood. It's chaotic, it's confusing. Why we've tried to centralize the thing and create so much confusion. First, it used to be handled by the schools themselves. Charles for. So when they say, oh, say Prempe na pesoko, say Opoku na pesoko, and I say, wow, selected 4 schools. And depending on the Obinyano, schools normally selection cut off, and they do call second school. When you are do call third, one hour make you choice. Computer placement here, I'm not entirely enthused about it at all. Oh, it centralizes in one, and then it lends itself to reports about the conduct of some of these things. And so these things, as Ghanaians, engineers, yes, Adia and say, tamper with it. So, and I feel that we have a lot of serious issues to deal with as a country, but first and foremost, our orientation, recalibrating our thinking, our understanding of public service, the party politics, no, SSS, na enko ban say, me kase ya me kama delegates no BAT, ya na binu ya say kwa abemu a, say une o party chiche cake na mu dabi, ya nya ne sa, ya kwa abem to create an environment for everybody. Buzi ya na de ba sa say that time, me sure so oyi free, o febu anye ho. Say that time no we constituency chairman. Yes, koye efu. Eno na a champion betu ya or the operation feed na ebuzia plan. So, to your constituency chairman, you say umukina koye fu. So you build your economy at the local level.
Until which constituency chairman no executive no so be bi.
That's right.
That grassroots no so.
Yeah, ma ekoso unia NDC ni kura o kura so o Ghana na ese etimi boa no ye bi. And so we share banks, he say agric development banker. He is you and develop agric. And loans portfolios. And we say how many of these rural farmers and yet me aboa. As I maybe a president, no better transfer park. I say, hey, you've got to set aside some money to support these rural farmers. Ni beti me rebuild the economy no. So when them show no. See a Mexica echo all over the country. Now say me call them by. We share assassin da ho. Ni ensure ho na bayre mango. Cassava, just say we have a lot of cash crops say ye show mu kina with creditor a year reasonable soft Exim Bank na BBA friend Edif me boa Export Development Investment Fund e dey be boa for export development says is car ye nyina ye do 200 on imports na me say it was 0.5% and them say ye jigu enti sika enti that can be given as grant money especially for startups. So almost encouraging Mabawano to go into small business all over the world. A small business and an anchor economy. So one way you may find 20, 15, 10, 5, 20. Those are the ones. Almost so they can compete in the current environment. Interest rates, Ninam say 40, we say 35. No, you cannot start a new business doing that. So those are areas as part of my economic policy will be able to focus and help. But building stronger institutions, making sure there's value for money in this country. On my way, there's too much waste. These are my long-held views. Follow me, go YouTube, who me interviews even when I was press secretary to the president in 2004, 2015, when I was general secretary of the party, talking about some of these things. I may a hammer, kuma. As a nipa ye what tema. Very important. We need to change the psyche of the country. Very important as politicians. Let's have this difficult conversation. Very important social matter. Because Ghana health bill no aye so big. Because nipa no dodo no nim aduane omu dis omu poison omu ho. It should be part of our health policy, major government policy, straight from Nkolabrim. Aduane a obedie Ghana ko obi afia, unhu se fruits kan ho, unhu se vegetables kan ho. Enti die di nyina ye ku ye ho kakra enti ye na na obituary 38, 42. Na areho. And these are a cost to the economy. It's cost to the health budget. And we and say I'm very happy about it, and I do believe that it's the central government and the Ministry of Health and the Ministry of Education should be part of our curriculum. Yes, I will go to fufu go as mama mam sade.
No one year boss be say ban.
No what's anwa.
No what happen so.
That's right.
What kind of makai ayi Ebra na middle school saito I say ya bajim brempo.
That's right.
Na will be a man your friend home science.
Yes.
Enti omo kono aduane ama home science madam na supervisor bia aduane. Omo wie aduane no mo di bi omo di bi abafie. Ama wo fo no so di bi ahwe se me baba na metiti no fie no aso aduane no koye no otuma ni yi ana. Enti no from the onset na koye no abaya ni aduane no adada. Oni aduane so eso no a ahoden ewo mu. Ya kan what can be about emebu na edi ehun beji amanyose mu edo be bia emebu no bi no musuban ama amanyosem no ebi no person no be shem esan say mebu no wa no ya no wo na yehunu say wo ye party ayi me wo ayi bi me pese me kan wi a na wo de wasam no aso so say wo no me ba ya adwene e wo sa asam na me de aye mayi na or say when stupidity is considered patriotism, it is unsafe to be intelligent.
As we are okay, a serious matter. So because the whole political atmosphere has been poisoned. Me, at the critical amount, I'm a general secretary. I don't try. It got to a point. As you don't get here, became like a standard. So as you be able to say, Debbie. So, me feel say yeah, especially MPP, they don't care say a catch for party. Ye kasa, ye di ni die, enye enkikamu, ye kasa ma eka wakuma. Enti ye ni ye subai ne se akola we chire ne otie wa. No opese ni kondo so opese obeye politician. Ene utie anopa radio so a. Even kasa no kra omo kasa no. Omo voice levels no kra e wo soro dodo. Ubaka se wan kikamu a ohunto. Asem a wo ka no se wo chirechire m na wo ka wasem yi a. Na wo de ani die ne ntoboase ka. Enipa ne tie a it is better to their hearing than saa enkekamu ne edidi atem ne enidie ne ebu ani ho na Kwabena no de mo media no so mo ka ho
sure ani pa
media wutimi wo say obi a wo host or the microphone achi office onimi because of that onunyansa say obi a enkasa di atem di mampani atem di ahemfo atem emfata sabi woni mampani nya adwena they said the many nya adwena or a few things which then were need die so wo di buo ne kasapa enti ubekọ political discussion almost so bibia started election at the first day anuma started anopa NDC MPP ne don better studio say a flood cry say kofa engineers bra be assess the situation
NDC MPP
so say accidents say fat transportation experts no be discuss here because I think that is the lazy part of journalism and MY until we have over politicized the environment to any public institution we assess the professionalism of state institutions. Uru institution we cause we NDC ni we MPP ni I didn't try say we adwuma Ghana highways to say the name Ghana highways you are there to serve the state. Go and make sure that the roads are done properly, you supervise properly, there's value for money, compliance of standards, quality assurance, quality control. Sa niema no ni hia say the sika ko share kwan mu a na atimi ache for the design life na edimai. So, so and then the political interference. Me kai say Kwabena mu a positions bi were say reserved for party phobia. NADMO na yasisa say organizers or need man go health insurance secretaries. No, we shouldn't do that. Let's build our country. Health insurance is a very major thing. It's both health and then finance. So you need people who are and there are a lot of them both in the MPP and the NDC. It doesn't have to be the party regional organizer and so into the over politicization of the national institutions not so high. Of course, Article 71, my president which is fine. The president the call him to me the mandate to run the country. So I appointed the heads of the state institutions. But sometimes the politics need descend right down into Obia, wako baby say VRA, and GMPC. Akola engineer while na there unim say all building a capacity ukra the institutional knowledge of that state entity no we are now demoralizing no because unim say who dream say oboka at least deputy chief executive and now say director chief executive name say be a president by appointed so then so could do baby a director of a region and also the politics be shemu there. And a man calling in a political. So, and also MWA or mine. Let's respect the professionalism of the state institutions and also make sure that they do the right thing. I think so right now, President Agyapong will impose order and discipline in the country. And a drastic penalty regime. Say, Auditor General's report. The misapplication of state funds. Far in excess of sika yedi yesi ekojo IMF wanti ene omo conditions are intimate satisfied or wobusia no pese omo de man. Meanwhile, in our country, we have state officers who have wasted and misapplied funds and there's no political will to deal with them. See ya anya ne sa e ma omo we chi nfisa mesumi ya nya me. So that impunity continues. Obiti aban adwumam na ono a set up the company or a director no penmunti no award contract to himself and then tiene only businessmen ne kasakra no omudi yaw because politicians ni be especially wo companies who dey say wo koye adwuma dey asomo man nya wo dey say wo kopesika wa bem. And I think it's very important that we draw that line and we the politicians should walk that talk and ye kasa hu keke tiene ma Ghana for are very skeptical. Kwabena say bia can say there also be president I will not do that.
Any pa obi say mo shase aba kasa de say ya na fi wi ya
kasa de me de ma ko abemu da. And I'm telling you the record that I had in government. Say I had the opportunity to do things and crophobia because those are not in my DNA. Nya dia me jitum so kwa bam so koye sa. Nti me denya me asese me japade ne me niema dodo am nyina. Most of it is through my practice as an engineering consultant. Nti ukwa abem a fa ho shem. Have that spirit of contentment. So, nti idea very important for the young people to go into politics for the right reason. For the 3 S's, the triple S American, so they are determined to serve, they are determined to sacrifice. No, omo ejide se ombe tu omo ache e dia mo man. Ti sa suban no na me de na mo a me sre party for no. Se omo hwe me suban no so me de asom MPP from Edubu anytime. Ma gina party na chi time na ewiase ehu ente se ne. Ene de se yese nkwanju a. Obi esebinom. Na first na ne pe bema in 1992 akola no me di 30 years. Me ye adwuma wa ban adwuma. Enso so eduru se ye pe obi akọ national televisions. No mpenifo nya no obi esro. Se de nipa nyini se me do so. Enso so me ene koba ne se ese me kogu gina national television so na me bo Professor Dubois on the road. That was that sacrifice. Putting your life at risk. That time quite a soldier for never so. And they said and they say different. And it is important that we restore ourselves those cherished values now. Because ene ahwe ase. Ama ye gina say idi America e ko hwe ne ma bi a yensa enka. Wi ase mi hu say do bi a na munemu a e de ne ma aka na ho. Ye ba wi ase ya mfa hwe ama ha. Ye koso a ye mfa hwe nko. See, it's important that we get the younger generation to accept that and understand that Ubetime live a fulfilled life without being a very rich person.
Sure.
Me we are saying, hey, despite all the problems I'm facing, and of course, I'm going to need history name. Say akola ketwa at 20 years, me sure me papa ya.
Sabre na kwa na wo.
Na mo first year.
You sabre na UST.
Yeah, friend tech.
University of Science and Technology.
Na dey mo friend NUST. Yeah, they near friend tech dey aka me ho. So, nanso so nyankopon ene nipa aboafo kakra. Nti enese me empathy a, me wotima because there was a time baby obedu next meal no na oni baby be free. Say we are kola woti bungalow or ridge na asem se ya to nti ye tu afri o na afi baby obeda wonim baby obedidi wonim no nti no I've been through those experiences nti na me wotima manipa. Nti idea a very important say the leadership that we should have to drive the change that we deserve as a country should be a thinking leadership. I say, Ghana, we need to think a lot in how we are going to manage ourselves, our economy, because if we are saying, Kwabena, you should not spend what you don't have.
Yes.
And we have lived beyond our means for long. Yeah, budget be a deficit.
When photos should be no more life pa.
University na.
Ojucha photo no say na manfo esi abobọ mo time no. We wo ho ebebere wo ho 1986. Sabre na wo afi na ekomo bae no ne fie mi sechi. Na emrantie twa mo numu ewo UST, Sabre Tech. Obviously, MPP is a very good political party currently, but the current administration led by Nana and Baumia is a disaster. We a narrow. Yao Osankide also I totally agree with Engineer Kwabena Agyapong. Our politicians should think about the people first before their own selfish interest. Alex Tufose, an intelligent and competent person to lead the MPP. Keep it up, honorable, for God is on your side. Enoch Kwejo say it is fantastic, but when they are looking for power, they will do everything possible to get it. After it, the arrogance starts. Linda Agyapong say, also you guys are all saying these things, but does it happen? But things is happening. Okay, you are all saying but things is happening. I don't know what you are talking about though. But your economy is saying. Say your economy be a drain, haircut, neck cut, one bond in as if we what's your chile as a young man who pray at the age of 30 ejina kokodro jina party echi abedu sabre kukuruhwe ase emu akwanhia emu yesi wa de bone ya pamowo ya mfiwo bebre ebebi sabre aya wo how do you feel say mo party nim pempeso ya babeduri
me de mestre especially the army pese Ghana for tiase ne say yen yekui MPP we've always been good for this country. Yeah. So yen na bar businessmen energy say yeah business friendly party economy is say no nyame anim ne yen kan ho no kre emu ayedi there's no doubt at all about that because over a year ago na me kra me kan asasem yi say ka yibenya e best man say ko on sisa ne nsa no kakra because business there the friend of business environment confidence no very important se nipa gidie wo mo manage economy no ehwe ase a na afi Ghana for no ho popo and I can't recall a time in our history IMF asuma obi se omeye resident advisor to a central bank until once that happens then means that we are in a very big spot of border so on them na saying pressure about system no na mentiase and I ask these questions because near COVID businesses are slowed down I feel they pick it up kakra all of a sudden see the no na etu America adentra because now whanom na was sika almost $1 and so me busa asase me because I wanted to hear from the finance minister
because COVID time no yes ka some confirm it's all of a sudden na fe ye banana fe dollar na ye this ho akwa atwe no ye citizens so na $1 no
that's right
for na we
okay that question has never been answered and I see as a country we should know the demand curve no demand envelope no as you ehunu de wom na ye hwe de betimi isolate a oman no beka say okay because oman bia na you should have a deliberate policy of managing the strength of your currency. Untimi nya no say into America say there be what is our target? Me share Ghana your resources your war your GDP ni bibia. I don't think that we should be paying more than 5 cedis for $1. So maybe the government could have pegged that. So now I isolated some of the major demand areas and say BDC is now a quarter petrol de brain. Petrol, if you intervene with it, it affects so many things. And then export price, and yes, international price, a dollar exchange rate into nama export price. And to me, we sit with the BDCs, unless we are saying the government has not generated enough dollars from our exports to be able to satisfy the BDCs alone. There's intervention, and all over the world, you've got to intervene. And Crawford can say we as our intervention now no more transi. And now can say okay, musika bia mu hia mo de kra no ye betu e no amam. Now we should not forget the first new will be a friend import license in Ghana. It is all person ko kra bibia. What the Ministry of Finance need trader umkamboma na abaye na etua ma at a regulated into wo ba abaye no so no transi say bia drugs no. So that we can regulate and make sure say prices of drugs no affordable to the Ghanaian people. You can isolate maybe 2 sectors, pharmaceuticals and oil, because ultimately reduce the price at the export. One, transfer fares, COFOM. Straight away, it has impact on food prices, food inflation, and so many other things. And also, it is felt by the large majority of the Ghanaian people. Make 2 safuwe, so munya incline, kakrak, estatic abuser, so mama boma basu say, oh, yes, sir. So, if you do something, one more eco-crowd tourists and the other things in there, then they have to go and fight in the normal market. But that market will take a signal, say, hey, demand can see government to me satisfy you. You see, because a lot of Ghanaians who didn't need dollars, $5 as a form of investment. Because on say January 6, December I said drew 12 and 13 there. And on the second there was a run on the banks. Okoyi ni see this. Oka was a farmer me because if you say next year they do 20, they were predicting say they do 20. So government intervenes in these innovative ways. Why will that will be able to say, hey, one here, then we go back to 5. There will be a glut on the market. So it is important that you take innovative decisions. So now. There's so much spread. Bank rate or central bank, any they all forex now. So much spread. Nobody's regulating even the license for SBOs. Almost transactions almost. Nobody knows it.
Debbie.
And then in this digital media, even Kenya or Senegal, because Senegal and Chebia, pesika or you show passport. They would the mixture so we a traveler. So and then Ghana and Crawford te kwan. No, so we need to regulate that forex industry to make sure and Ghana we have to said that we have to be deliberate about it. Say, look, we are fighting to make sure the cedi doesn't go beyond $5 to $1. And on the other side, now we Ghanaians will have confidence in our own currency. You save in your own currency because you know say and depreciate it. So that leadership should come from central government. So, and I think say we should reform the way we do some of these things. And instead of thinking say because we are having a free enterprise economy in TBBS agent, because America they intervene. Matis yes central bank almost print iska. Almost print iska no mo two contractors kakrake.
41 billion Ghana cedis.
And it says can no mo dey.
Says Kano is about $3 billion say IMF no. That's the question to be says That's right. And are you disappointed in your party, the leadership of your party, the government?
What I'm interested in is what I would do when I become president. I think my views on the economy, kind of several times. Say there are certain steps that we need to take, including tightening controls at the harbor. Everybody knows that the harbor leaks like a basket. So I'm them you revenue free. Budgeting no a revenue any expenditure. Nti esa o tighten niema. And na uko habo ha niema is so complicated say. Wo a wo do ade no ba no unim de okotua. Nti chance o kotena customer officer no ahwe nima ka say Jacob na aye wunti wo de mam say na netua say. It should be very clear, simple, and every Ghanaian is a law-abiding citizen. So by ya chinchim niema no basa and na ama Kwabena say no, what we are even getting, perhaps it's about 20% of what we should get. Now I'm saying there was an international audit of our extractive industry. Because mines near the so gold they too hana. Yentimi monitor production ye. And no cry was as is your hell. Until uko baby gold na manane baby they caught to say India, no need Dubai and Switzerland. Now check it. Statistics, ni data or gold or received from Ghana. Now check it the A free, record say free. Gap no from papa. And I'm sure the government is aware of this audit. So what is happening? The state institutions now, yamo mo kwanse omo regulators are the jumadi and omoye. So all these changes is all down to imposing order and discipline and reading everybody the route and say we ye bibi ni so mu yemfa ho nchew. Abro say bibi says here you'll be put in jail. Now look at our banking collapse. What happened? See sika 25 billion. We had to use to collapse 8 banks. Our mokranom sika omo here about 9 billion. 9 billion. That could have kept all the people in work. Ni nyina kobasa no. Sa liquidity support no mo gi here na wo man fa anya adwuma. Abaye ye nyina ye ka na ye TNT because of that ye haircut ni ana. Wo mo yes no mo. The banking supervision division of the central bank. What is the actual biaso? What is the actual biaso? So they are supposed to be there as the inspectorate division. They should know what is happening in the forest bureau system. It's from licensed forest bureau. And that's what they can abide for name. All their transactions should be digitally transmitted to the central bank so that we will be able to monitor what is happening in the system. And those are some of the strict and stringent checks. Hopefully when I become president, I'll make sure these are imposed in this country to get the right results for us.
Agyapong, you say I na obi about the Agyapong about the Panaba, but those surrounding him no hair no. Ebe we are saying ma niama tumi aginsa. You say a man penny and another danko kufa doba no bia wuji die soronko. Oh ni musa papa yi ben ku ade. It's an the track record in so no discipline, so no principle na se for na. Niama bitumi asabati obi ahun ye na afi niama akokoyi ye baby a say kasa baby edre. As we speak, finance minister say we're leading high power delegation to China to go and negotiate with the Chinese government. Ye ka ye de omo no ho. And then krata ba bonti chese say meeting no kra maso. Omo ko China say meeting na maso nti omo tu asanhye da. Afi no mba ye. Does that mean wo dwendwe say na me nyina ho a? Me but you break 80 with this current situation.
They have me. And I'm saying, sir, on this particular issue, how they respectfully, and Brasimo, minimum penny on the position of the finance minister. We are see baby. When you handle a portfolio, now the UBC baby, I betray. As I do a juma at all. Man penny means only me. Kwabena. We know how these Bretton Woods institutions how they operate. But because of diplomacy, you know, Omon carry angel. Nipana sebi or share the end of my I could do baby a bedre. Or no one else sounds man on the number on Samesh. Nipantina be a meeting no Kramason. And I said this in October last year. So we're going to have a difficult situation. But no what's his son or didn't for new energy, new ideas. He doesn't have to answer those questions. A fresh person that would have given us a better opportunity with our dealings with our Yeduonka and even the IMF. So, enti ehono de menino anya adwi. Of course, only man peninti, only credit to me or ye de so ye. But ya na mesre no say, ye mubi, ye dono, ye na ye adwuma che. Si ye tu sa afuna, nye se bia ye bi nti ye pese enema ye na ne legacy ye strong. Ko bia to say okay, wa bobra o man mu ache. And we all know the struggles that he's been through. I don't want to see him go out on a limb. So go out with a strong legacy. Time it's still more than what? How many months to go?
Over 1.5 years.
Yes. Politics, 1 week is a very long time. I can make very drastic changes to my government, including sending a strong signal to the people of Ghana. Say, Matide Mokana. If I almost actually 2020, because we shared the difference in the results of the elections in 2016. Two-way. Let's just say, first time no cry. See, I had the answer so Sebio and so Omani Papa, because we moved from a parliamentary majority of 63 down to parity. The popular vote difference of 1.5 million to 500,000. Now, Omo can be actually. Na me nimse kama mpeni behu wa so bi maka say mate de moka. But he kept on saying, well, from what you're saying, you know, he's satisfied. His many in politics. When you're a leader, as a football coach, even any player idea cry, was it you should never express satisfaction, and you demand more from your team. And set the standard very high, so that they be Ghana. It's a small country, but it's a difficult mix of people. So, and I feel say he still has the opportunity to make those changes and revive. Start to GDA to say they are working as a free nipemu about politics ne or mine no ne adeno. Na akanya almost said debi ye bibi e de aye. Enti me de kakra metimi aka afa saa de no. Na nemom Nyankopon ye madom. Na se me na mbe mampani a I will demonstrate very clearly by a set of actions, near promises, where actions as all take. One, you say you have to cut your coat according to the size of cloth. Say no, you nimse niema muadi. You nimse niema muadi, and then niema muadi. I won't continue so bedi aben kwine eh. Over cut niema ni bi. So, enti me maka said the Constitution gives us a ceiling of 19 ministers. It sika saved by cutting the government in here. So you are sending a strong message to the Ghanaian people. So when you break, say if I were in his shoes, I would have cut down the numbers for people to see what we call a war footing. We are on a war footing. When you are on a war footing, all of us have to tighten our belts. Now, who to tighten his belt harder than the government itself? And no, Nebema Ghana for who say Niema bi say koso nti yeso yen tie aban na chi na yenye ne yi nti mesre the opportunity is there to give us to enhance the chances of having this third electoral victory ye kan e bin si da nti already it's going to be a difficult election. Now our chances will be enhanced when you have somebody like myself who has a clean pair of hands, so and then who will not have to answer a lot of these questions. It's very important. We need a messenger. The Ghanaian people can have trust in. It's very important. And the decision is for the electorate. Because as you've said, we've had one leadership for the last 16 years. President Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia as the top of the party. And I think that there's a crying belief down there in our party say we need to have a drastic departure from the past and have a new energy, a new vision, and a new drive. So when I talk about a new dawn, that is what we need: a new face, new freshness. And no, you bet me I call Ghana for ni I call Sreom. No man you say ye see ye can't ye be. Those are the things we want to be able to express to our people. And 2 minutes there, delegates in them now. Mr. almost said they should not mortgage their birthright. Idea crowd some the best some party no they are soon or mine Ghana so. To almost stress ye no almost so ye na to abano on their conscience. Tie the age na can no way. No way who said the K American and no one else omu DH no musmame nam ko say dwumaden no eji to me ma on mine Ghana.
Yaude Owura Kwabena Agyapong na yedi nkomo ye former general secretary Edema NPP amayeku no na fe ono kure so press secretary Edema Mampene da je yekufo bra na we Mampene from 2000 to 2000 I think 6, right?
That's right.
Yes, and I know your press secretary ade Emma Owura Kwabena Agyapong mene no aye adwuma pa na nkrofo enim ya ye adwuma papa na aha kwa ho did can be shifted. Mercy Osambia Abuaje Osi Eja. I'm an NPP member with a card, but I have decided not to vote again because of this bad administration. The party now is full of lies. Mahmoud Swala Al Maktoum Ose Akufo-Addo has made Ghanaians lose hope in NPP forever. So Mr. Agyapong should join the NDC rather. This is advice I will give her. Who too for say?
David, so I can say no dey. You cool no. Let's say who say aban na adwuma. I mean, if you look at some of the infrastructure, where's the roads near the, there's economic difficulty.
Okay.
Or Santias here. And so we MPP near won't even can say wa bamu obu say uko join NDC. Yes, yes.
Obi say me can say me chose me too fubi. Or say Lanteme say tell Kwabena Agyapong that if he continues to talk like this, we'll never get the votes of MPP delegates. All they want to hear is money, free money and enjoyment.
Enye no kre me nyini sa.
Okay.
Me ne MPP for kasa, omo dokuo no, omo tu ye ho ache ebinom ebreye ansa na party no ba power. So hu dem chiro no, omo do ekuo no. Enti enye sika. And the man, no, second the richest person the bear president, Tembia. And the Kako Nigeria, Keboko for Dangote, and I say, Oko America, Bill Gates, the president. There be business new sika a different.
Okay.
A memo assembly.
Okay.
Or mine who do assembly.
Okay.
Ye daching who assembly. Enti, and ye may be ha, I say, ye may any break. To say the okay is susa near man ye cherishing the tree can na near man some bomayeno assasano yeah dear I see a bon de near 2 colano for near who say ye dutch no you when that's work say no omunya say omabamu bebu the state of despondency and despair and no there and you say e bansa ko nidino bedu dino the academy to me more. I say I'm watching live from Sefi Asafu in the Western North. Thanks to Honorable Kwabena Agyapong for his heart-touching message. God be with him. Until one day, Nyakopon Shirana Washushe Ede Amawo. And Bandi or say my boss KAA is the Peter Obi. That we need. Vivian Oklu Etru. Vivian Etru say Kwabena. Now we bullion van na. Bullion van. I don't know Gaza.
We dey mean Obisa. Vivian bullion.
Cause
bullion van there.
I mean tiasi.
Bullion van there. The first kana na. I say be cry minim so will be. I say where do I meet you? I say engineer where do I meet you? And at your office Joseph Ifa Boaben or say where do I meet Engineer Agyapong?
What the number or how they are meeting?
Auntie, say ubetumi e de Joseph Ifabwati ubetumi aye bibia my own number na ka de ma KAA now no to me e de nkomo. Clef TJ or say that is my true food boss. Inshallah he will be the president. This is son This is his son, Sir Mr. Sanope say Wakano Anono, and ebia eso ate eko ene de keka ho sa. All right. My samra na yenhwe. Sisi breaking the 8. Juma ebeye din. Wo ka se mu kan se bi. Se ebi nso ma abakosem da endo kore nso. Ena se o hwiri steps a o from 8 to 1 to 3 na ma nya de na mo no se wo ye di kan esi hwiri ko de to so nwotwe na ebeye din pa. Looking at the economic situation you say looking at the NMC air corner, is it possible say 18 but to me break?
No, GDS a bit me. It depends on Nipana. To say them can Nipana then beto party nano. Confidence a Ghana for binya with
no Nipanimu.
Tina Mesrom say omo emfama me. When say Ghana for GDS o share me su ne me ban ne niema ma fam as a person. Binya GDS me wotima ma o man no. Asemo America no so ye beye ye betimi so aye ema ayeye na ade ema menya tunsum kra ma on say wo hwe Fourth Republic here apart from Rollins time and me fan say na ye to aba ye chichire nsa ese echi anytime aye MPP awen no ya na margins ne so and this omo wenya kiti from Professor Mills ne John Mahama nyina ni nchirase ya ne say ye ka numbers a ye do so sen o NPP for doors saying si belusu ane gina yen apathy ni niema bi akoso ye party mu a ya na emma nipa ani anigye te se de ye nua ba no ka se okura cards bi a wanhwa on to aba minim se me be presidential candidate me campaign akasa kire na akana koma ma oba be to aba no e de aboan enti de hia ne se enhihye bi a ye bi a yemfa kwampa so na yenkoto aba no krogin me enkosase ekuchinchim obisa ana chinchim na te de ye pese ye create impression say abato na nipa mienum bi pe na ye to sa ba ya ma won so hu dem sure enti ekoba ne sa na party fo no enim say de omo pe na omo yidi ama Ghana fo na omo nyina beta akire ewurefiem the foot soldiers who reside in the 38,000 polling stations around the world omo de bi omo tu omo che. Now that link now obeka say a breaking tia na omai disappointed. So to restore that organic link between the base of the party and the top, and especially the government. Idea omunim se media party no masum party na from Nkola Brim minimum how minim die hia wo ntina me general secretary me be accounts for all the 275 constituencies to make sure say we are in constant touch with them. Say here say send bibi koma wo o press button where headquarters where account and it's obiansa kakakra ese omunya de ye adwuma wo form because all politics is local ekono adwumadin no ye no communities no say binyankan and region ye no ye no in the various polling stations around the country timi dem ogidie say MPP for Somamia metimi Kenya emrante no metimi akenya ye party for no ma omo a omate ada no kra be hwe me say Mr. Kwabena Agyapong de wa fa mu nyina no osom party 2016 kra na ye tweme esi nchen no me kire wo emwa me de boa close to 100 constituencies mobilize e de send them out say mentimi me ka ho kra me de wei ba be boa mo e me yetimi wene so ho de me kire no 2020 so man pani frɛ me say me boa na re-election man pusumiti man musa na sem ma attach conditions bia ejina edo a me wo ma party no ti saa do no na me pese me de me ho bo afore na ede ye suakire bi ma enkola na ewa akire no no omo hunu se oman no there's beauty in serving the country ade very important Agyapong na ye be hunu se sebi yes a man does not live by bread alone nuado kasapa ebuo eno ne hia wo memu ne etimi apagya oman na si ho eno na enda line economic development ne ye ka no because ye was susum na ye ma wadwuma bi se koya wo dwin unua ho wo dwin Ghana ho wo dwin de obeye adi mpuntu beba wo nwin de ewu benya nti saa adeɛ no so aba yɛn Ghana fo nso tura biara na yɛka ho yɛpɛ yodium nipa no nya position a na yɛdi akyire because of kakra yɛbɛnya afrim ɛyɛ adeɛ ha yɛn na saa spirit na woka ho asɛm yɛsusua no a wokan national anthem woduru school a yɛpagya wo gyina hɔ atum sɛ yes yɛka biribi akyerɛw ɛne yɛ history na ɛnɛ wobɛka sɛ ayera it's important sɛ ewiase wonim baabi a wofiri ba one way a wobɛyera kwan going forward and although we cannot reside in history we esua biribi from the lessons of our history our very difficult political history in our country and especially educational authorities I'm surprised when you talk to them I mean say their history the political contemporary political history of Ghana and no nebema mrantie no ehunu the life journey of this country over the last 60 years and no nebema mo hu se there be abrochire no mpese omo beko no and as countries na mpese omo beko no yes omo story ya na ho yes people had to sweat sacrifice deny themselves and omo build this society. That's the same thing we can do here as a country. And no na say ehwe na ye na enkoba ne se we as the bia de benya nko na say hian na me ka say me de ho be ye mfato ho because makwa abamuda is not something that I haven't been before and my record in government is there for all to see ma nyesa man ko pesika man ko yesi ti me srem se munya gidi omumu na ma enye nkoba ne se politicians ba no mo be candidate de me de me ka na me ye my word is my bond and it's always been like that so enti wo munya saa sunsum no na omunyi ntum minim se niema akoso wiase nti ya na o my bruni beka so my cynical kakra so dem chiro no eno dey we all understand but yes you said here as leaders of our party and as leaders of our country say ye be tufupa ye be kakasapa ye di anidie ne enkoba ne se saa ano ya no abagana ha ene ye se oye politics a chance udidi nkrofo atemansa eno de ehu ni mfaso nye saa suban no na ese ye kire na nkola no so afemi ye na ese ye kire om kwampa saa nuado ne anidie ne ebu a ye de tete ye za akola in those days uye bibi na enye kra obi a onimu kra timitia ho etimitene ho ene akola kasa kire panimu a wo ho ana oyem ahyew se akola ifie ben no free mu one etete no say all those parental care na ira you know sometimes it's easy to lump all the blame on politics and politicians yes because someone as some here on mine so but of course all of us have a role to play as Ghanaians each individual and Mrantian especially you best who say there is beauty in serving society it's very important and that spirit of nationalism and patriotism ubaka say ene ahwiase no me pese me Kenya awomo na omunya saa gidie no omtimi yes adwuma ne de bo man na menim se omuya ne saa dodo no will identify the right leaders that will emerge for this country na menim se abatu ekotri party for dodo na be hu se yesuma Kwabena Agyapong betima ye adwuma pa
na breaking the 18 no
me yeah me pes slogans papa
so open say now what you do party now
because it's a slogan
the next
there,
level
you can just be sloganeering but you have to work towards it and in here I always talk about that elusive third consecutive victory will be Ansankai. Meaning say in Sabeka.
I no pay ya dancing a mono, you may surprise and Mudamunya would say, Mammy. Yeah, but sorry, I'm surprising the pa. As for yes, Samuel, sir, future president. And I feel Robert Longman was a good morning, sir. NPP party have nothing to offer Ghana or Ghanaians youth. Our eyes are open now, so tell our father to go and sleep and stop. Is he bragging? It will work. Mama is our hope. Okay. Music Cell Ghana Agency or say black man is naturally born bad. Oh, really? I don't think so, bro. Been Sambia Hana. Veronica S.C. Ramos or say I have known him for some time and he's consistent about the passion. About his passion for the country. Engineer Agyapong, please keep it up and wish you all the best. And Ben D or say, I'm Eben. I've worked with him before. Kwabena, you love this man. He's the right man for the good citizen of Ghana. I've also worked with him before, so I know him very well. Edu kwanso baby no, and a year aye. Besa Kofi Owusu, so a china dot Legon. Kofi Osaja Kwabena na boom in Samuno. When I met her, my classically there is such a wonderful guy. No, you know, I want the office. Okay. I'll say good governance is the ingredients for development, and that is what we have been lacking since independence. With the justice, Abaka, and I did way by it. And if you tell you Addison says, boss, the president talk more than what you are saying, and what is the difference? And maybe the difference will be there for us to see. Our life for the papa. Now the life our body and me catch our best shoko. Would a munche photo yi? Ah,
photo man na o.
Munche photo yi say so more life for that. Na mo see me who say so who we ejane na. Aha. Mr. No, the papa lawyer. Aha, you koju na o so ye Kwabena. Nti na afi anti magi na ho no. Aha, 1960s. You see the dressing. Oh no, shame fifi one left one say or share the socks white, you know. You know, so now wait to mukakra. The accessory head, you know. Me dey bia. Aha, na fe to so sana. Or say oh you know na fe ho fe ne but that's the band. Oh 1974. What say was sugar no. One the trousers na no Cape Coast Fancy Film School. Oba no gina no yan.
My sister.
Oh sister, obesra o. What's a bread na ho no ye urade. We fa so me fa na ugina.
Oh gardens.
Gardens woman na ugina. Hey, mama photo ba ko na me san fa mana sada se be jana kwa mana ko. Oh you are when so 1980 sixth form library. Oh no, now they are library prefects. Oh. 1980 sixth form. And when in Fancy Pim School. Fancy Pim School be I know a chance Fancy Pim we are you.
Lawyer Queen on a hall.
Oh not one. Way a brebe.
Oh papa we na ye or yoko.
I see. And I know didn't say good to pejana sano. I wholesome.
We are also cemetery.
Aha, friend Hannah Brandt and who first started say papa. I when 1982 into Agyapong and no pay and any edin como. War present people mo yukuno a bit to me at Twaba at Diamano. Amana be a Flagbearer. Obi be to Frank Adamo. I dare call in Fimpinu and Edunu and 9 abai a betui. I mean, say, walk as an mutie. Now, one we are delegating no so. When I'm winning their party, no, Mudini Gina Noir. A bit to me a dinkunim a day among. And another pay as a Daniel Debamount. Obviously, I wish you all the best. Now, where the old trunk out
Portmanteau
on the coast school.
I may have keep records.
Yeah, for the
birthday.
Yeah. When they handle on the day. Hey, come call. Now, we are brown in Mampedin and another Danko Kufa.
1998, he leading a campaign.
I see.
And we near call rounds.
I see.
Free north about. If you're mapping, na there and a book na.
Dahono. I'm much rich to move. Yakoha,
that's right.
I see.
A press conference or campaign office.
I see. And we don't know what that you could for.
I tell my prepare for the first meet the press.
Meet the press, okay. Why you be pa? Wouldn't my penny and another Danko for 2014? Oh, I see.
International Democratic Union.
Oh, see. We don't know any 2020. Oh, I see. Until work of Agyapong, you'll be a back as people you could not continue pa. Minimum long ago, minimum the pan. I mean, I do my soda and Crophonim, that was in space FM. Midnight Juma Papa
next week.
Because we are next week.
Space FM.
I Bomadiana Coho, Elkanok Sun City, so. Now walk out now. Yeah. GBC. GTV. Yes. GTV. I know you're there.
Sports highlights.
Sports highlights. Kwabena Agyapong. Now not so no brofo there. I wish you know. And yes, I'm coming. When you're suspending, you say womb.
Anyway,
until Oba, then I'll be my sports. Briefly.
In fact, sports here, me can't want to manage me because in the football, no, it's so passion na ye war, a donor near war sports, no, na atusim.
Adanisika.
And apart from that, I think that the link with the academicals first is no, in educational system na say yentimi and me generates a pool of talent from Nkolana. Those days now, your national academicals, they call super zonals near there. Now it was very different. So, it is important that we get back. I think educational system a problem in Ghana, and it's something that we need to take a critical look at. Madam say, president. There is one thing I need to sit with the stakeholders and see whether we can go back to the old educational system. And then the Bema sports no apija. And apart from that, football no so no. I'm saying individual clubs not those saying community clubs.
Yeah.
No, so first every regional capital, there are 2 clubs. The second year 11 Whites and Hazakes. Who cause Wedra Fankubane All Blacks. Dwarfs and Vipers. Who Mighty Eagles, who Sunset, and Sanabura de Mumba, Kufrudia Rovers, and the Abuakos Subribi, Kotoko Cornerstone, and the Kotoko Kumasi, BA United Bofakwa, Savannah Stars, and the Bewa United. So, and it's that time, none of the community had a strong attachment to the football clubs. Commercialization about Buro Sono, and I say BBA, and you know, individual club, Accra Lions, Legon City. Obi any baby and only more supporters because it is not directly linked to the community. And I think we really need to have a look at that and see how we can go back to basics. Now, bring the love back into the game. Those days, sorry, Accra Stadium, Upper Terrace, a club, Professor Kumadonum, Fred Krenzel. Honey in Atlanta, Alaji Jaula may so rest in peace. And others, in a honey Atlanta, auntie, meaning painful a starting year football commentary in a honey is or whether fighting near. So, auntie, idea hadging. I mean, the whole breaking of that link between community and the football team, and then a creative problem. We share national science quiz here. I am exciting because Obia person in school winning. Yeah. So if you can replicate same with sports, more football and fans from near this school, but many other price fans. So that those are the things that link between the community and sports, which has broken, and we have to restate it. Find a very innovative way of reinstating that, and then the culture of maintenance. Stadium spend this 2008. SEC new stadium. Just because we couldn't create an economic model around it. I can't remember, say, the contractors, they only proposal by. Somebody manage stadium, and somehow, National Sports Council, I don't know what happened. But Wembley Musa, apart from the park, the whole place is full of offices, events, and all that. Which are Accra Sports Stadium. It's my hotel, cry was here. And they come. Teams in the back, hotel baby. They could use that and pay for it. Yeah, maintenance. So there are a lot of things that we could do and we should be doing to improve the maintenance culture in this country. Affected baby everything. Just cleanliness keke. Unam kwan when I say me civil engineer say to the beer. Ubo say railing keke. Na ebuada obi 3 years.
And never break. They say young kind of major roads na N1, N2, N3, N4. You know, say mira a bro. And
many engineers who are regional director. How you can't sit there and watch this happen? So we have to be seen to be taking care of the society. And you know the pressure high Ghana had to. Adia saying it's you. Obi betimi akotam anwea no de asikwem ono pesmin kumen o sini dainti no
got our block of gata no nti ne be wiase ne nso no ba na bu afaka akwan no so
obi can fe. So these are the things when I talk about imposing order and discipline. There are a lot of little things are enye sika na yede. It's just determination to make sure the institutions are strong and we are compliant with rules and regulations. When you're bragging, to me, who's be bragging? There be bragging. Now, bragging is a different thing. I'm just telling you some of the actions. And they clear. You can take it. It doesn't cost you money. And I do things as someone who's trained as an engineer, me results oriented, me outcomes. No, hear me. Oh yeah, they are. The impact. No, and they hear me. Yeah, I didn't see me yet. Me we there be. Ghana, how about you go around the country? We go to market speed. So it means that the thinking behind it, the technocrats at the ministries who advise the minister to go on that project, are they being asked the questions? They have to be asked questions. Go and build what? 5,000 units somewhere at Sibebi. Say, as part of a major program to rebuild a new city somewhere, tied to economic activity. Different. But why do you go invest money in the middle of nowhere when you've made no transit arrangements? Say, light rail, because 5,000 units means it's going to be populated by close to 30,000 people. So that's right. And all these things, blame politicians, especially me colleagues in the built environment, the architects, the planners, the engineers. We also have to look at ourselves. Have we really delivered for the country Ghana? A lot of the economic policy or infrastructure, deliver. Is it the best fit for our country? And what kind of maintenance regime? And to me, they are backing the initial investments now and investing in a choir and lasted the 10 years that we are supposed to make it last. These are some of the new things that I bring to the table. And I have that kind of skill set that I do believe, my varied background now, these are the things that I bring to the table. Me jidi say MPP4 benya jidi omunoma to abama me. To abano so ma me. Menim say Ghana for be for me so. Ya be adwuma pa dia so mo man Ghana.
Ye be adwuma pa dia so mo man Ghana. Kwabena Agyapong KAA, former General Secretary NPP, former Press Secretary to the former President John Agyapong Kufuor and nano pay wa bafia me na bo ipunipu nkomo no ai de nanso ye do adwene de chi a ye be hwe asufraw. My sufra besa enti ye de besi ya. Na mo no okasa no One say me, I had sometimes I'm or channel person me ba na majiga kakra na makasa kakra. Passion. I said, I didn't quite how. I saw what can race or can you say car ho and daddy the ajiji hu. E be bua to work more than 3, 4, 5 years. Me can be quite report to be war moose. By 4 years ago. Baby daddy no be bubu ye no. And that's so 4 solid years. And so some come the house for Kojo na come twa ni she kwakoton a anke ebe chi me. Why should it be so? Ya kwan ye major roads N1 N2 N3 N4 de betu ye ho say yeso ye kwan ye so man a ye de beje fans no enwira nnetia ayeso nyina ma ho dada ni nwira tan enti we kwabra me hu na me ka ma ye bone wa hu ti se amasa nyama nim nyina ma ye mu na se ankasa ye de se bedu ba bi no obi be ko sesa bola no obebe tepu agukwa ni finfin esan say discipline kwa na ekosoro me kan bibi enra no passe o ba traffic yesi wo anopa Ghana ha nyina no eye man made traffic udu ba bia eye bus stop ese bus cars ni gina no mu nyina o eto ho no no de ne to abete ho enti ka bia ntumi ntwam na apare tam ese de pakwa adwuma no yenya tam ne yekọ ade na tena ho abetwem nne enti kwabra me hu na me ka ma ye bone me koso aka se de mini apani kan sa ne be ka no pepe no me na tumi akodanim de yi ntra enti e beda na se pi se ene waba ma ye di nkomo na answer na me sore so no ene Justin Afia Ajay ene wawoda o mame ene o papa Prince ene Trinitas Semin Kancho say happy birthday to you, Justin Afia Ajay. How old are you now? I don't know, but Nshira and Yebisa a day amount. And I no pension COP and Katia Frimpong and Afe police for organ Henina, Bono Regional Police Commander, and the woman Kenina no pay me mamu happy Friday and a wonderful weekend. Midi a day a Kwabena, ye when Yakopon Yadoma, watch pa critical issue. Yet the bedroom, Yakramo, and Mamunina Mo, and